surprisingly expresses that she wants to sleep with him.
What?
And notices Matsuki asleep in his bed. When he tries to wake her up, she hugs him. At that
What? His 4 sisters are crazy in love with him.
This miniseries begins with Haruki Nakano, an ordinary young man who lives with his 4 sisters. One morning, he is awakened by the sound of his alarm having fallen asleep.
Whoa. Hold on. Isn't that a Pokemon? That was with the what was that one crew called? It was the bro, it was those ops, bro. They had like the R on their chest or something. Bro, ain't this a Pokemon? Am I tripping? I forgot the names, man. I'm 50,000 years. Wait, no, I'm not. I'm a young man.
Arm having fallen asleep while helping his younger sister Yaoi study.
Okay,
at one
studying.
point we see Yuzuki and Satsuki, the younger sisters,
are those superheroes?
Who enter the room and ask Haruki to help wake Yaoi.
This is such a funny. That's such a okay.
Up. To do so, the younger sisters begin tickling him, causing Haruki to accidentally touch Yaoi, causing her to wake up. Yaoi, upon being woken up, hits her.
What the nigga? Did she put him in an STFU? Hold on. Does anyone know what I'm talking about? Bro, did she put him in an STFU? Brother, is that his foot? Golly, dude, that your toes are.
Haruki. Just then, Matsuki, the oldest sister of all, enters and scolds Yaoi and Haruki for the ruckus. To put an end to the fight, she threatens to call her mother, which makes them immediately stop as they fear that her mother. Oh my gosh,
I just noticed how this is gonna go. Sorry for the pause again. I know you're gonna kill me in the comments and want to shoot me in the face and just, I don't know, like just punch me. But let me guess. The little girls are the obvious ones, but then the older one really likes him. But like tries to hold it in, and we see the progression of it. Like, bro, I'm not gonna lie, some of y'all be having some crazy wet pad fantasies, and this is one of them. This is one of you! Yes, you!
Will take away their allowance. Then we see Haruki getting ready in the bathroom to go to study, while his sisters keep insisting that he let them get ready first. What? Finally, the episode ends with the 4 siblings leaving their house in the direction of their respective schools.
Where's the parents?
One night, Haruki is watching a horror movie when he notices some eyes watching him from outside his door, which scares him greatly. In the next scene, we see Yaoi changing, and he notices exactly the same eyes as before.
What?
When he looks through the door of his room, he realizes that they are Yuzuki and Satsuki. The girls explain to him that they are working on an assignment about their family where they have to describe each of their relatives.
Okay.
Then Matsuki appears and starts complaining, insisting that they must do their homework well. The little girls catch up, and when they finish, they begin to read what they have prepared.
No, that's
they start with Haruki, who mentions that he's the only boy in the family present, saying that he is a geek addicted to video games, not athletic at all, and scared.
Oh, I was gonna say that's me, but I'm mad athletic. They call me Mini LeBron. Call me Mini LeBron. Also, that mom was getting to work. No shame at all. I want 5 kids too. Shout out to that mom.
Then they move on to Yaoi, highlighting that she is good at sports, and end with Matsuki, describing her as a great example for her sisters, an imposing figure, good at studies as well as sports. At the end of the day, the girls return home from school happy and tell Haruki that they got the best grade on their homework.
W.
On another day after school, Haruki comes home, and upon entering her room, he finds Matsuki asleep in her bed, dressed only in her uniform top and skirt. Our protagonist tries to wake her up, but is unsuccessful, so he decides to leave just as her sisters arrive. At that moment, Matsuki wakes up and appears in her uniform, but it is very noticeable that one of her stockings is down. Haruki, trying to help her, rushes in to fix it, causing Yaoi to misunderstand the situation and
Nigga, you tried to fix a stocking? Brother, oh my god.
After that, Yaoi goes off to play, and Matsuki, along with Yaoi, retreats to change, leaving Haruki a bit confused and beaten up, feeling bad since he only tried to protect his older sister's image. At the end of the day, Matsuki heads off to take a shower, and before she goes in, Haruki gives her a towel, remembering a previous incident where she forgot her underwear and sent him to get it. It was seen by Yaoi, who also hit.
Nigga, are these WWE Superstars family members? Brother, nigga, it literally looks like brother, is John Cena part of this family? This literally looks like an attitude adjustment. Literally, bro, boom. There's only gonna be like 3 people who understand what the fuck I'm talking about. Like, I don't know how many views this video is gonna get, like 1,000 or something, but there's only gonna be like 3 people out of those who know what I'm talking about. But this literally looks like the result of an attitude adjustment. So he got STFU'd, and then he got freaking attitude adjusted. I'm sorry for the people. He got AA, bro.
him. Later, Haruki returns to his room and sees Matsuki lying on his bed reading a magazine, wrapped only in the towel he had given her. He complains to her, but she tells him that she finds it uncomfortable to get dressed right after a shower and that she plans to stay like that for a while. However, she falls asleep.
Okay.
In this chapter, we see all the family members shopping at the supermarket. Yayoi suggests buying rice first, and Haruki agrees, but not much, and even though he has a hard time taking the rice, he decides to take it anyway. Then Matsuki and the girls are attracted by a free sample and approach with adorable expressions to get some of these small samples. Matsuki apologizes for the little girl's behavior, but she also ends up agreeing and trying a sample. After that, they visit several stalls one by one, trying what they offer.
Free samples?
And in the end, one of the vendors gives some things to the girls. They realize that they still need to buy curry, and although Haruki likes spicy curry, they decide to choose a mild one so that the girls can enjoy it without any problem. When they get home, they prepare dinner, and the girls have the impression that the dish could be spicy. But in the end, they like it a lot because, indeed, it is not spicy.
Nigga, it's curry. It
we
shouldn't be
spend another
spicy.
day with Satsuki waiting for Haruki to come home. When he arrives, the girl hands him a manga, which they've both read.
Wait, was that? Is that Beyblade? Or am I racist? That looks like... No, it kind of looks like Gurren Lagann, maybe? Am I tripping, or is this just a spinoff? Or am I just not deep enough? Sorry, I only know freaky anime.
Haruki asks Satsuki to read it first or at the same time, but she prefers not to, so Haruki accepts her decision. Later, he meets Yuzuki and asks her if she's going to read that manga, but she says that she wouldn't understand it. Then Haruki asks her to tease his sister.
Nigga, that kind of looks like Soul Eater now. Okay, I'm sorry.
A little, but Yuzuki corrects him, mentioning that their teacher has taught them not to do bad things, while putting clothespins in Haruki's hair.
Oh, hell no.
In the end, Satsuki finishes reading, and the two girls go outside to play, leaving Haruki with the clothespins still on his head. Later, Satsuki wants to go inside the house, and when they do, they turn on the TV just in time to watch their favorite anime. Haruki warns the little girl to get away from the screen a bit, but she doesn't pay much attention to him. At that moment, Yayoi enters and explains that when Satsuki is very focused on something that interests her, she doesn't listen to anyone. Yuzuki also mentions that Satsuki knows when the anime she likes will be broadcast without needing to look at the time. When the anime she was watching ends, the girls go to play in her room, and we see the little girls having fun. Satsuki mentions that the promises she makes to her are very important. At the end of the day, Satsuki continues watching anime, while Haruki gets bored and asks Yuzuki if it bothers him that his sister ignores him. Yuzuki answers that he won't do anything that his sister doesn't want. In the next chapter, we notice that the exams are approaching, and we see a worried Haruki entering his room where he finds Matsuki on his bed with a rather strange pose. She tells him that she will teach him everything, but he refuses, thinking this with a double meaning, stating that he can study alone.
Huh? What she means she could teach me everything? Is she gonna teach me how to 360 no scope on crane, bro? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Is you gonna teach me? Is you gonna teach me how to dribble glitch on 2K? You feel me? Like, there's many different things you could teach me. Like, what are you, like, you know what I'm saying? You said you claim you could teach me everything. Come on now.
Haruki is saddened and mentions that he also asked Yayoi to teach her, but it turns out that Yayoi has disappeared. However, we later see her studying in her room, and just then, Yayoi takes the opportunity to ask him to teach her, since he thinks he's a good teacher. Haruki agrees, but soon Haruki realizes that Yayoi does not understand anything of what he is teaching. He reviews his past exams and realizes that his sister's problem is multiplication. Haruki decides that Yayoi should write all the multiplication tables on a sheet of paper so that she can practice what she fails. At that moment, the little girls come in to say goodbye because they are going to sleep, so the sisters wish Yayoi luck on her exam. However, the girls tell him that they got the best grades on their math exam, which makes Yayoi feel even worse. The next day, Yayoi comes home and tries to avoid Haruki when he asks her about her exam, causing him to suspect that she did poorly on the test. However, he stops her, and as they try to escape...
Hello? Are we just gonna skip by that? Hello? The fuck was happening here? Why did we skip by this? Why was this a 1 second frame? What's going on? We still have 7 minutes left in this video. Oh my.
Escape. They both trip and Haruki falls on top of his sister. But just then, Matsuki appears, who sees them in that situation and freezes, thinking due to a misunderstanding that it is her fault for having asked them to get along better.
He's about to get slammed.
One day inside the house, the little girls are wearing their swimsuits. Yayoi asks them why they are wearing them, and they tell her that they have swimming class that day. This sparks interest in Yaoi, and she takes the opportunity to tell Matsuki that she really wants to go to the beach, but Matsuki explains that it is not yet the season to be able to go. Despite that, Yaoi comes up with a good idea.
What's that?
Later, Haruki arrives home and feels that it is very hot.
When
he enters, he's surprised to find his sisters dressed in swimsuits. The situation is misinterpreted, and at that moment, Yaoi hits him and calls him a
Okay. This looks like a failed Undertaker move, bro. This looks like I can't even decipher what's going on here. What? How? How did this happen? Like, I don't even know if she just AJ lead him and climbed on him and slammed him or something. How? Yo, shout out to 3 people who are understanding everything I'm saying. What the fudge?
Taking advantage of this to get angry with him for not going to the beach last year because he had...
Did that say pervert? Are you calling me a pervert? Nigga, did you see that? Wait, fuck you.
...to take entrance exams. Haruki tells him that this summer they can go, but Yaoi reminds him that now it is her turn to take her exams.
Yeah.
After this, Haruki heads to his room, but Yaoi throws her swimsuit at him and forces him to change to go outside. Later, the girls decide to use an inflatable pool they had when they were little.
Bruh.
However, when they try, they realize that they no longer fit well in it because of how much they have all grown. Despite that, they manage to find ways to have fun inside.
Why
it.
is her
When evening
specifically...
falls, the little girls return home and find the 3 brothers very cold. In this chapter, Satsuki is reading a manga about twins who look nothing alike, and since they don't look alike, they think they are not sisters.
Okay.
At that moment, Yuzuki enters and comments that she thinks she's adopted, since if they really were sisters, they should at least look alike. Suddenly, Haruki appears in the room and realizes that his sisters are very sad. Satsuki asks Haruki if he thinks she's adopted, and he skeptically shows them a picture of Matsuki when she was little where she looked identical to her. Accepting that she's not adopted, Yuzuki begins to doubt since Haruki looks like her father, Yaoi looks like her mother, and the same with Satsuki and Matsuki, but she doesn't look like anyone. Determined to find answers, Yuzuki goes to her parents' room in search of some proof.
Parents!
At that moment, Matsuki sees her very curious about the case, and upon entering the room, she shows her a picture of her grandmother who looks identical to Yuzuki. Just then, Yaoi enters looking sad and tells them that her grades were low again. She says that everyone gets good grades except her and assures that this means that she must be adopted because she's not as good at math as her brothers are. The next day, we see Yuzuki running towards Haruki to hug him in a surprising way. Just at that moment, Satsuki also appears, and when she sees her sister, Satsuki asks her what she is doing, to which Yuzuki, nervous, answers that it is time for dinner and avoids explaining the moment. During dinner, Yuzuki sits next to Haruki, which causes him to suspect that she has put something in his food. With a little fear, he begins to eat, but realizes that his food is in perfect condition, so he calms down. After finishing dinner, Haruki goes to his room to sleep, and upon entering, he meets Yuzuki, who asks him to read her a story. Yuzuki, in a moment of sincerity, tells him that she loves him, which leaves Haruki very confused.
Yeah, why?
At that moment, Satsuki appears and shows Haruki the anime that she had been watching the day before, in which a girl played a joke on her brother. Satsuki explains that Yuzuki was doing the same thing, which relieves Haruki. The next day, Yuzuki confirms that she was indeed playing with him. One night, Haruki wakes up to find Matsuki on top of him. Out of intrigue, he asks her why they were in that situation, and she explains that she needed to ask him a favor. She wants him to kill Matsuki.
What? Wait, what?
He tells him that at her school they are preparing a play, and since no one wanted to play the role of the princess, she accepted. But now she must kiss the prince, and she has never kissed anyone. So she doesn't know how to fake it, and that's why she went looking for help. At the moment, when they are about to kiss, Haruki reacts, pushing his sister away and telling her that they can't do that because they are siblings. Matsuki falls silent and runs off to his room. After a moment, Haruki feels that he should apologize for how he expressed himself, so he goes to her. However, Matsuki turns around holding the play script and tells him that there is actually no kiss scene because he had mixed up the roles, which explained his earlier reaction. It was another night and Haruki was lying in front of Yaoi's bedroom door, seeing her and asking for help because he feels bad, unable to return to his room. Yaoi takes him to her room and he tells her she should go rest because she has school the next day. Despite disagreeing with leaving him alone, she agrees, though she's very worried about her brother's current state. The next day in the dining room, all the sisters are gathered and the youngest asks about Haruki. Yaoi tells them he's sick. Meanwhile, In Haruki's room, he tries to concentrate on not wetting the bed as he really needs to go to the bathroom.
What?
But he can't move and finally falls asleep. When he wakes up, he sees Yaoi taking care of him. Haruki thanks her for coming back. Yaoi tries to take care of him alone, and while she's taking off his shirt to wipe the sweat off, all the other sisters arrive unexpectedly and see Haruki and Yaoi in a very compromising position, leading to misunderstandings. They start
Bro, okay, bro.
to tease Yaoi, who angrily leaves the room trying to explain. Before that, she is Haruki, who falls back onto his bed in pain and still sick. In this chapter, the sisters are watching a very scary horror movie while Haruki is playing video games. Yaoi,
bro, see, look, this no, dad booty crack, bro. This be my ranked teammates, bro. Look at this little nigga, bro. He's on a mini computer. Left-handing it, by the way. He's left-hand mousing it. And this nigga is dead ass. He can, bro, his whole hand covers the whole keyboard. These be my fucking ranked teammates, bro. The fuck? That little ass mouse pad. Man, what the that just gave me PTSD. This Chromebook too, bro. This is my ranked teammate.
Yaoi surprisingly expresses that she wants to sleep with him.
What?
Haruki, thinking his sister is sick, decides to take her to his room out of concern. On the way, he meets the two little sisters, who are going to the bathroom and ask Haruki to watch them while they're there. Despite his initial refusal, the little ones start crying, forcing him to agree, leaving Haruki baffled by their behavior. Afterwards, Haruki returns to his room and notices Matsuki asleep in his bed. When he tries to wake her up, she hugs him. At that
What? What? That N-word just got a face full of yikes. Are we just gonna skip by that?
At that moment, the other sisters enter the room and decide they will sleep with him tonight. They all settle down on the floor to sleep, and Haruki thinks he doesn't dislike the idea of everyone sleeping together from time to time. The next day, Haruki tells his sisters they can count on him, but they ignore him. Laughing, they comment it's better not to watch horror stuff for a while, which explains why they decided to sleep with him. Then in the OVA of this anime, all the characters have gone to a public bath and where the little sisters are excited about the idea of drinking latte after bathing. Despite the excitement, their older sisters warn them that they should shower first. During this process, Yaoi feels embarrassed while wearing a towel, and Mizuki, in a moment of mischief, quickly takes the towel from her by running with it in her hand, which causes a fight between them. Matsuki intervenes to calm them down. Later, everyone enjoys taking a shower and then gets into the pool with hot water. Meanwhile, Haruki is in his intrusive thoughts, imagining funny and very peculiar scenarios with his sisters, although he reflects on how difficult it is for him to get excited in that situation. Upon leaving the public bath, the girls are excited to be able to drink their latte, but are disappointed to receive it in a box instead of a bottle. A lady at the store explains to them that they have changed the presentation. The girls with their boxes of latte decide that next time they go, they will look for a place that offers the coffee in bottles. Haruki notices Yaoi drinking her latte and suddenly starts making fun of her by comparing the size of her breasts to Matsuki's. This causes Yaoi to run away crying, but despite the little fight, everyone ends up having a lot of fun during the day.
You know what? That really wasn't that bad, bro. I will say that, you know, that wasn't that bad. If you want more of these, nah, that was terrible. If you want more of these anime recaps, put sister balls in the comments, dude. What the fudge?